Welcome to RMCC's Compliance Digest. This year, we are updating this product to bring you the most recent regulatory updates in the cannabis industry and to provide additional best practices to help implement these updates.
The MED Issued Bulletin 21-11 regarding new statutory and rule requirements effective January 1st, 2022. If you are a medical establishment, be prepared for your point of sale to catch up to the regulatory requirements. You may have to complete these transactions manually within Metrc before the automation is built in the point of sale. Here are a few things to look out for. First, the point of sale will be required to have a hybrid approach to submitting sales transactions to Metrc, or turn on your sales transactions into a quote-unquote live time API. This means your transactions will be submitted within 5 minutes from occurring. Usually, live time is defined as within 5 minutes of occurring physically within the operation because the data in Metrc must be staged to not overwhelm the API. Personally, I do not like this approach of live time automation because I prefer to validate the transactions before submitting them to Metrc. Check out our retail certification for more details on these safeguards. Second, nearly every point of sale will be required to adapt to the purchase limit requirement. On the back end of most point of sales, so within their infrastructure, they have purchase limits for adult use in medical transactions. However, they may not have a subcategory for medical patients that are under 18 years of age and what their purchase limit requirements are. Third, the new regulatory requirements require a Metrc response with an error message if the sale to a patient or caregiver will exceed the patient's daily authorized quantity limit for the day or THC limit. The problem, most employees conducting the sales transactions do not have access to Metrc, so you must rely on your point of sale to be the original safeguard to notify you if your patient or caregiver is over their daily allowable purchase limit. And then finally, the fourth item to look out for, you should build a safeguard into your operation to validate the item name naming convention within Metrc. Now, the suppliers are required to enter the potency of THC within the item name within Metrc. This is a challenge for suppliers because they will be required to create a new item name for each batch of products produced due to the potency difference between batches. Thankfully, the MED is allowing for a range within the naming convention. However, we are still seeing firsthand the hoops manufacturers must now jump through. This will cause a decrease in overall standardization for manufacturers. As a safeguard in the retail, I suggest creating an intake checklist to validate all incoming shipments. If the naming convention does not meet the regulatory requirement, you should reject the order. This checklist should also capture manifest accuracy and comply with packaging and labeling requirements. If you need an intake checklist, please feel free to reach out to RMCC for purchase.